So hello, good morning, Barifjes. It's really a pleasure and an honor to be with you today. I will try to match what we have heard from Mr. Andreasyan from the EU side. Why do we support EU supports justice reform? Because it is so important. You explained it very clearly. It's a service to the citizens. It is the final judge of what is right and what is wrong. This is why in all our democratic systems we have independent judiciaries. But in order to guarantee this independence, we need all this technology, new technology of professionalism, of accountability, of evaluation, and we are part of this process. First of all, because we support you through the various budget support programs. We have also technical assistance in a number of areas. There is another tool that we are using, which is the peer reviews. This is very important. We have used it in the context of enlargement. We have used it in the context of visa liberalization dialogues. Judges come, see what is the situation, talk about this, discuss with their peers, try to identify solutions. The European judicial space is extremely important within the EU. It is being built, and we are working together in order to create this space. Within the EU, this is important because actually the EU integration, the European Union, is based on law. This is why the judges, the judicial systems, the European Court of Justice are so important for us. And they are under scrutiny. In Armenia, it is the same. You are a state based on law, based on democracy. This is why actually your courts are so important. It is not brutal power, it is not networks of influence, it is the law. So at the end of the day, this is what unites us. And this is why the European Union over these years has supported actually these reforms in Armenia for quite some time. And we continue to support. We have currently a program of, actually two programs of budget support, 30 plus 30 plus 11, 24 plus 11 million, but this is going to continue. And we have all the other tools that I mentioned earlier. Now, transparency. Transparency, I think, is essential. And here comes also the interaction between the public and what we call public-private sector, what you call actually in today's agenda public and private sector, but it is mainly the community of interest in professionalism and in the rule of law. So this is why I welcome the involvement of civil society, anti-corruption CSOs, the Lawyers Association. We need an inclusive process where the expertise is used. But as the chairman has just said, this requires some regulation. We need really to make sure that the responsibilities are clear. There is a need to make sure that there is no conflict of interest. There is transparency and ethics rules are respected. We are also ready to share our experience in these areas. We have already a lot of tools. We are working with the Council of Europe, with the Venice Commission, but of course your experience is also key, because in the areas, these are soft areas, areas where actually the responsibility of the professionals, the responsibility of the persons, their own self-declaration about conflicts of interest is really, really, really important. We need to build an open justice, because at the end of the day, it is the citizens who have to feel comfortable about that. This is why I think we need also to communicate about this, and this is where actually all the efforts of the government on open communication, open government are really essential. The citizens, in particular in an environment where there is a lot of foreign interference, manipulation, a lot of hybrid warfare, if I may use the word, citizens need to be clear and to trust the institutions, and they need to have a say in this process. This is why I think that involving the civil society and having transparency in all these monitoring processes is really, really important. As the European Union and Armenia are working on a new partnership agenda, which is going to be much more deeper, much more concrete when it comes to the various reforms. Our focus is now on economic diversification, on energy, on trade, on infrastructure, on connectivity. I think it is extremely important that we will continue to work on the resilience of Armenia's democratic institutions, which are actually the shield of your society. This is the defense of the country. It's democracy. It is the people at the end of the day, because democracy is the people. But we have to prepare the people. We have to help them to understand how the institutions work. We have to be transparent. We have to increase media literacy, if you like. The chairman mentioned also some political challenges and the turmoils which we face. I think it is extremely important that the people are aware of what the authorities are doing, what the various independent institutions are doing, what it means to be independent. At the end of the day, nobody is independent towards the citizens. And we are here to support you. We have deployed, as I mentioned, the various tools. We are now preparing a new peer review which will take place in September. I think the final date has to be finalized when it comes to evaluation of judges, their independence, the way all of this is working. These are soft areas, I repeat that, but I think that with the involvement of all stakeholders, we will succeed. It is extremely important that new standards, the professionalism of the colleagues who have studied these issues, the ideas are studied, examined, and used in the Armenian context so that we are efficient within your system. And I think it is extremely important that everybody feels part of it. I'm happy also to hear that the judges will be evaluated, there will be an objective system. I think this is really essential. It is essential for trust to this system. So we are here to support you, we are here to support your reforms. We have commended already the results which have been achieved, but this is a process, of course, which has to continue so that we are at the end successful and we have a common set of data which will be used by everybody who monitors this process. Thank you very much and looking forward to the continuation of discussion today and the continuation of our interaction of the successful judicial reforms and use of a common set of data of the